WWE is finally TV, but you don't need cable or sling to see me. Black on his soapbox, gave in his bag. Let out some real black ink, load the 9 with the mag. First take, the last take, we can juggle the top. Like a barber with the clips, the way we talk in the shop. And since life is like a movie, we gon' stick to the plot. That's why we sponsored by the brand and scrape the white off the top. Get it? That means we dope. So I'm money my brothers and sisters to stay woke. And we gon' lace the product with facts and straight jokes. The voice of the valley is here to spread hope. Supports a steep slope. They gon' have to let me cook. I don't know how to stop. From the culture to the music, anything else hot. Catch us every Tuesday once you step in the house. Cause all they really wanna know, what we talking about. I'm out.
Oh, and here we go. Another episode of What We Talking About.
Fellas, if you anything like me, you're super picky about who cuts your hair. And I don't go anywhere else except for House of Barbers. Located right across the street from Marist College on Route 9. Go see Sal and his crew. They will take care of you no matter what your needs are. And they'll even give you hot towel shaves. House of Barbers right there on Route 9, 845-232-5036. House of Barbers. Go make an appointment today or just walk in. House of Barbers.
Yeah, what's going on, party people? It is your boy Gabriel back again with another edition of What We Talking About. What's good? Little different look today, right? It's very temporary. But yeah, we're going to chop it up today. You and I, me and the crew, we just kind of chilling today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to say what's up. We got some high-level things to talk about, something real quick, right? We got a couple things to talk about. There's some things going on. But yeah, we're going to keep this short and sweet today. But shout out to every man out there, every man and woman out there just dealing with this heat, you know what I'm saying? And this the rain from yesterday. Shout out to everybody in Jersey and Westchester, man. I saw down by Dobbs Ferry. You can't even, like, this part of the highway, you can't, it's not even there. It's underwater. There's fish. There's fish. Where the road is, where there's cars, there's fish. All right, y'all? So I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? So Mother Nature definitely is shrugging her shoulders right now and telling us to chill out. Shout out to everybody out there. I see you, Bunky. What's going on, Bunk? Angie in the building. You need the party people to co-produce. Yeah, that's right, Angie. That's right. As long as I got a producer in the house, we good. You know, can't go too far into the show without saying peace and love to the homie King Blackout. Couldn't make the show today. Everything is good. He's in good spirits. Everything's cool. Just, you know, life be calling sometimes and you got to deal with stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this one I can tell you is just part of the JO, man. You know, we all got to deal with some sort of, we all answer to somebody. We all got to do something, right? So shout out to Black. He'll be back next week, Lord willing. Feel me? But how are y'all, man? How is everything? I'm hoping that everybody's feeling healthy and good. I hope you're staying in good spirits, man. I'm a firm believer in that the sun and the heat, not oppressive heat, but the sun and the warmth brings the energy up. There's something about it. I think that just speaking from a scientific stance, right? Energy can move more freely in heat than it can in cold, right? I mean, you can see that just with water, right? And things freezing, how things just come to a standstill when it's cold. So in terms of that, the sun and the warmth, man, it gets us going, and I hope you're receiving that energy that the earth is trying to give you. And co-host, exactly. Yo, I got my boy Rec Boy Shot in the building, man. What's going on, brethren? That's the homie right there, you know, in the studio with the Rec Boys every Wednesday, 7 p.m. right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So check the homies out, man. They a different flavor than me. So, you know, if y'all never peeped them, you hear me talk about them all the time and you haven't gone over there to check them out, they are not what we do. What Black and I do is very different than what the in the studio at the Rec Boy do. We're just very supportive of each other. You know what I'm saying? So we both have a talk show, of course, right? And we both like to you know, touch on topics, you know,
but that's not like the meat and potatoes of what In the Studio does. They're very visual. You want to see some good videos. You got a video that you want to get some feedback on. That's the show to send it to. If you want honesty, right? Because they'll have a crew of people in there watching in them comments, and they play your video. And if the comment people like it, you're gonna know about it. But if they don't like it, you're gonna know about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think that's the way to be. If you're putting something together for the people to consume and you want people to see it, In the Studio with the Rec Boys is where to go. And they be doing interviews, a lot of interviews. So like where Black and I keep the conversation just us here, they will bring on like a third entity. So him and Mr. Catch Rec, they'll interview people, you know what I mean? And yeah, they got a bunch of interviews out there, man. They be talking to the people. They've been doing it for a long time. So if you haven't checked them out already, check out In the Studio with the Rec Boys. You know what I'm saying? As speaking of Mr. Catch Rec, he shows up. He's in the building. Of course, Shad, it's always love, homie. You know what it is, too? It's like nobody asked us to like each other. Nobody asked me to like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. And the fact that, you know what I'm saying? Of course, man. Of course, Chris, got you. The fact that that's a true statement, nobody ever asked the other one, yo, can you promote my show? Yo, nah, it just kind of happened. Like Black put me on to them, right? Because I wasn't familiar. I had to get familiar. So when I got familiar, I started checking it out, saying what's up. And it did not take long for them to embrace the Finally TV movement. And then I'm checking them out and I'm like, damn, like, that's kind of like a little bit with Voice of the Valley, and there was a symmetry. So shout out to the Rec Boys, man. Of course. So make sure you check them out Wednesday, 7 p.m. As for what we talking about, every Tuesday, 7 p.m., Facebook, not even Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. And then we replay this thing everywhere. And shout out to my man, DJ Poppy Blaze. DJ Poppy Blaze in the mix on Blaze 'em Up Radio. I'm telling you, I have a career in doing drops. I can literally do about 6 different voices. You know what I'm saying? And I like it. So I think I'm going to start doing free drops. And then that's going to make the people who want one buy one. You feel me? In the Studio with the Rec Boys. I stopped listening. Yo, that says a lot. And that's a great segue, Chris. That's a great segue. Y'all hit that like, hit that share for me. Get that number up. I appreciate y'all when you do that. Yo, the Clips album. I'm a little remiss that my boy isn't here today because I would love. We're gonna talk about it. Don't get it twisted. We're gonna talk about it next week, and I'm gonna touch on it now, but I'm not gonna go full deep into it. But salute to hip hop. Salute to hip hop. I was pleasantly, I don't even want to say surprised, but I was happily and excitedly listening to the album, like as I put it on, and I was like, okay, I could rock with this frequency right here. I could rock with that. And then as the songs play, there was never a time where I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not telling you that there's no skips and that this is the greatest album in the whole world, but I will tell you this. Word, Chris. You think album of the year? Okay, Herb. Oh, yo, shout out to Hollywood Herb and his podcast and all that. You know what I'm saying? The Pugly Truth. I see you, man. I see how y'all ain't have me and Black on there yet. Y'all ain't ready for us to come on and co-host with y'all. Black on vacay again. He wishes he was on vacay. I think he putting in that work right now, cuz I think he putting in work right now because I think he'd much rather be here with us right now. So shout out to Black. But yo, this Clips album, and this is what I was gonna say. Yo, when's the last time that y'all saw a rollout like this? You know what I'm saying? The anticipation buildup for this album was kind of high, and it was because of what they were doing. They were doing interviews, they were dropping for lack of a better word, and call it a pun, they were dropping clips of stuff, right? They had the whole controversy with the shout out to Vanessa, I see you. They had the whole controversy with the album releasing them because of the Kendrick verse and this and that. All that was done in an effort to get the machine moving. You know what I'm saying? And there's no more further proof that you need that was all just to get the machine moving than when you heard Kendrick's verse. And that's something that we're going to do with Black next week. And I'm going to have the verse on the screen, and him and I are going to go through it because because Black be writing and Black be paying attention to shit, right? So I want to know where in this verse was anything, and I mean really anything. Call me stupid. You call me stupid all day. You're going to be wrong 9 times out of 10. But you call me stupid on this one. What bar was there that Def Jam didn't like? What was a bar so damning in Kendrick's verse that Def Jam was like, nah, and we'll release you and give you both? How? You know what I'm saying? I listened to the tracks with Kendrick and Tyler, the creator. Yo, Vanessa, go listen to the whole joint. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But you know what? And I don't ever really say this. I don't really make it a point to say it, but listen to it from the beginning. Listen to it from the beginning. I think it's more impactful if you just let the album play. You get the intended vibe that they're going for, and then it really punches you in the gut. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vanessa, man. She's a real hip hop fan. I think she knows more hip hop than most people forgot. You know what I'm saying? Best rollout in a while. It was the only one where the interviews and snippets related directly to the content of the album. No shock value, no name drops for no reason. It all tied in. That was some grown man shit. It was, but you have to recognize the play. And the play was that whole situation with the Kendrick verse. There's not a bigger artist right now. There's not a bigger name you could mention right now, right? There's not a bigger name that you could mention right now than Kendrick, bro, right? So you couple that with the most well-known hip-hop label in history, Def Jam, you know what I'm saying? And that controversy of letting them go and go over to Rock Nation, you have to step back from that, Herb, and look at the play. That was a play. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. And the thing is that I think that's why I was about to say earlier in my critique was that, I was surprised or, when I heard it all, but it's not that I was surprised. It's just that I can't believe that they matched the hype that was there to your point in your post just before. You know what I'm saying? When you said it was the best rollout in a while and, the interviews and snippets relating, bro, right? Like that was it. Let's see. It was just the optics of Kendrick and Push standing together. They could have been rapping about ice cream. They would have. I guess. I see what you're saying, but that verse. There was nothing in that verse to get mad at, man. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. So shout out to the clips. Black and I will talk more about that next week. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to House of Barbers. You know what I'm saying? They got a barber in there for all shapes and sizes, man. When I tell you black, green, yellow, you know what I'm saying? Don't matter. Whoever you are, you could go to House of Barbers and get you a fly cut. They got about 4 or 5. There's 5 different people in there that got the work to put out. So you got Sal, who's a straight up, he's a hairstylist. He's got the scissors, he's got the clippers. You got MJ in there, nasty with the clippers. You got Alyssa in there, who's she's just nice with everything. She's good with the kids, she's good with the girls, she's good with the guys. So like, and then there's a couple other people in there that I don't know their names, but their chair's always full. You know what I'm saying? So House of Barbers, y'all need a cut. Definitely go check them out. You heard? Nas finally ate word Nas, and it was kind of cool because they almost gave him like his own freestyle right quick, right? The little beat switch and let him just like kind of shine. that was kind of dope, man. It was kind of dope. I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Clips, man. So shout out to House of Barber, shout out Blaze 'em Up Radio for everybody listening right there every Tuesday. Yo, this joint gets played twice a day on Tuesdays at Blaze 'em Up Radio. Shout out to DJ Poppy Blaze. I wanted to talk about a few things today with Black, and one of them was this whole, because y'all know I like Joyner Lucas, and actually Black's the one who kind of he's the one that made me listen to that one project and was like reassuring me, like, listen to it thoroughly and you'll like it. And he was right. And so I'm a fan of Joyner Lucas. And now that you got this UK rapper called Skepta coming at him, I am super curious to hear Joyner Lucas's rebuttal to this kid. He's talking greasy and crazy. And then this is the part that I don't get for you Drake stands out there. Yo, what up, Grills? Yep, Full Eclipse was Big Pun and a crew before they were Terror Squad. Yep, they were Full Clip. Was it Full Clip? Yeah, Full Eclipse. Right, they were Full Eclipse. Yep. Shout out to Grills, man. He got some new work out there with Rapping Frenzy. So if y'all like the local 845 scene and you know the players are, then you know that Grills, one of them ones, man. To me, he had one of the more recent public battles, like hit on some hip hop shit. That was Grills, man. Grills. And shout out to Leak Jones, who was the other side of that battle. You know what I'm saying? They were going back and forth. And you know what? At the end of the day, as far as I know, nobody got shot, nobody got stabbed. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think anybody got beat up, be honest with you. It was just music, and I respect it. I love it, and I thought it was super dope at the time. And I think I made it pretty clear that I thought that Grills got him. And Grills, he got some new music out right now with Rapid Frenzy. So make sure you go check out my man Grills and see what that's all about. But Joyner Lucas. Now, why does Drake do this? Why does Drake have to come out on the heels of this and say that ain't nobody messing with London rappers as far as spitting raps goes, and that they're the real lyricists, and that includes America, that nobody could mess? Are you out of your mind, bro? Like, what's wrong with Drake, y'all? What's wrong with Drake? Is it an attention thing at this point? Is he just a baby? Is he just a girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Like, go make your money, make your music, sing to the girls. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You know what I mean? The DJ I'm with at an event is going to play your music and the girls are going to shake their asses. Let's go. That's what I want from you. Shut up when it comes, bro. First of all, I don't care what anybody says. And I keep saying this. I've been saying this for the longevity of me being on the camera. If you get your raps written for you, you cannot talk about lyricists. Can we say that again? If you do not write your raps, you cannot talk about lyricists. It doesn't, right? He wants attention, right? It's like, what is that? You're a grown man with millions of dollars. Fuck you hating on American rappers for, bro? Especially when we could name 17 rappers right now that could undress you literally with words. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about, Drake? Go in a corner, go write some music, and give it to the masses and shut up. Talking about London rappers is the best in the... Are you out of your mind, bro? We created this, right? There's no spitters better than us, bro. There's none. And I don't care if you're trying to say, oh, that's an old school way of thinking. Just because you created it don't mean you the dopest at it. Yes, it does. Sorry, Charlie. Yes, it does. Okay? If I want to hear, I go from the mark when I come around the side, and I go pro. What? Go take your Irish sounding ass the fuck off my track and put some motherfucking Big Pun on, or put some Meek Mill on. I don't want to hear this. London rappers are the best in the... All right, Drake. So if Drake wanted to make an enemy of me, Congratulations, bro. You now officially have a hater in one. Gabriel Rivera of Finally TV thinks Drake is a douche. And I think he's an attention whore. And I think he got fucking smoked by Kendrick. And I think he got smoked by Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, Pusha buried him. So what are we talking about? Get out of here, man. You guys are bugging. But matter of fact, I'll take motherfucking grills, okay? Give me grills and stick them on Drake and see what happens. I guarantee you there's going to be a verse in there that's better than what Drake do. I bet you that. He was in London. He was trying to make new song with, bro, not that is a fact right there, Vanessa. That's a fact right there. And I'm not going to let you use our culture, our shit that we created and try to tell me that some I'm rocking the buck in the puck is better than us. There's no way. There's no way. Sorry, Charlie. You're going to have to go left with that one. Should have had Kendrick versus Cole. Should have been Kendrick versus Cole, in my opinion. Cole messed up. There's nothing about Cole that ever made me say, man, I wish somebody would go at J. Cole so he could release that fire on him. That you have? Y'all have? Y'all have been sitting around and said to yourself, man, I wish somebody would go at J. Cole so he could get that fire on. I never, you know who I say that about? I say that about people like Lloyd Banks. Keep it simple. I'll go with people like 38 Special. I'll go with people like Ransom. I'll go with people like what's dude's name, man? That sounds just like Big Pun, bro. I forget his name right now. Yo, there's a rapper out here with no effects on his voice, no nothing on his voice that sounds just like Big Pun. Like, it's insane, the similarity in the voice. Everyone always brought up those two when asked about new school rappers that can spit. Yeah, I know they did because, you know, the big three, right? But think about it. They were putting J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. That was the big three. So big three of what? That's the big three of what? Of selling music? Okay. But big three of what? It wasn't not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Big three of what? They were the big three of the industry, meaning they were the most popular, they could sell the most, and they had the most committed, like, communities and followings. That's what they meant. Nobody ever meant that those were like the three best spitters. I'll tell you right now, just so there's no New York bias in my bones, right? I'll take Crooked Eye from the left coast against any of them. Do it. And I think I could win with Crooked Eye. With Crooked Eye. Yes. So there I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. All right. Yo, y'all want to see Joyner Lucas versus Meek Mill in a URL rap battle setting? Jimmy better Jimmy better than that. At least to let him tell it, Chris. Let him tell it. Jimmy, like, yo, I'm in there, like, swim there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Francisco, what's good, baby? We was just talking about Joyner Lucas versus Skepta, UK battler or UK rapper, saying that he's better than Joyner Lucas, and I'm calling him absolutely crazy. But I was getting upset because Drake chimed in talking about London rappers is the best lyricist in the world, and I vehemently and adamantly disagree with that, man. And he's created a new brand. I never put energy into him like that. He birthed a hater in me with that. He birthed a hater in me with that. That I just can't. I can't believe he fixed his mouth. And then the fact that he threw in there, just so that it's clear that includes American rappers too, bro. You are on the next level of attention getting whoreness. You know what I'm saying? But yo, back to my question. If y'all don't know what URL is, I know Vanessa do. I know Grills do, and I'm pretty sure Mr. Catch Wreck do. But do y'all know what URL is? Like, you know what the new battle, not new battle scene, but you know what the battle scene is, where you know it's a cappella, you're on stage, or maybe in a pit style, people around you, you got Smack White in the middle, you know what I'm saying? Whooships, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That whole shit. And you rap three rounds against each other a cappella, right? In that type of forum, right? I've been dying to see an industry rapper really get in there and do it like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like a Lloyd Banks or an Eminem or Royce the 5'9", you know, somebody like that. I've been dying to see somebody like of that caliber do it. So I would definitely take a Joyner Lucas versus Meek Mill in that setting. I think that shit would be fire. Would y'all tune into that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is battle rap getting to the point where it might spark some interest? Like, yo, if you heard that Joyner Lucas and Meek Mill were about to battle a cappella for 3 rounds a piece, going at each other in front of a bunch of people, like, does that interest you when you hear that? For me, that's hip hop, and I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? But do y'all rock with that? That's what I want to know. Shout out to everybody listening. So What We Talking About podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m., Facebook and YouTube, replayed on all streaming platforms. So if you missed a little bit, you can always rewind on any of those and check it out. You heard? But shout out to King Blackout. He'll be back with us next week. But yeah, I'm curious about that. The other thing, y'all seen this kid Darius Clark like basically hit his head on the roof? Like, yo, my man jumped 51-inch vertical. So 48 is 4 feet. So he jumped 4'3" from a standstill. Bro, do you know what that is, bro? To jump up an additional 4 feet? Bro, shout out to Darius Clark, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I believe it was a record. You know what I mean? I believe it's a record. 51 inches in the air, bro. That is insane. You know what I mean? You know what else is insane? The fact that the Switch 2 is $1,000 now. Nintendo, Best Buy, done lost they mother effing minds. How you supposed to get a Switch for your kid when the thing is $1,000? How? We're not all built like that. Like, what is that? Where is somebody going to stand up for the blue collar people out here trying to provide for their kids, got decent jobs, you know what I'm saying, making $40, $50, $60, $70,000 a year on one side of the coin, you know what I'm saying? You know, and not living lavishly, living appropriately, and can't afford a Switch, man. MJ had a 48. Yo, you see that, bro? And he jumped from the fucking foul line, cuz. The most famous poster of all time. Well, maybe the Starks one dunking on him is. But yo, that's like at least a top. Yo, should we do that one day? Can we do Mount Rushmore sport posters? 2 right now that bump into my mind is the iconic one where he did it from the foul line in the jump contest, MJ, right? And then y'all know what I'm about to say, right? Yup. The Bo Jackson joint where he's got the shoulder pads on, but he's got the bat across the shoulder pads and he's like this and he's all diesel. And bro, that Bo Jackson joint, those 2 posters are probably, I'll argue, are probably the most iconic sport posters. You know what I'm saying? At least from my time. I don't know of any 2 that would be bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Is there any? What's another poster that would rival the Bo Jackson poster and the MJ poster? I know y'all know. Y'all be knowing more than me, but those are the 2 that I know. But yeah, so yo, the vertical is crazy because I just keep thinking about it. But anyway, I'm looking forward to doing some Mount Rushmore stuff with y'all in Black. and putting that all together. I want to get at least 1 or 2 of those in this season, like some good ones that we could really turn up on. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody watching. Make sure you hit that like, hit the heart button for me, man. Hit the heart for me. If you love your boy and you haven't hit the like button yet, make it a heart for me. For me, just for me one time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Angie. She's always out here making it go. You know, we're trying to do some things. So shout out to her and her perseverance and her commitment to excellence. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I seen some of my brethren out there. I seen Shad got a very successful young man in some track and field. I got my other boy Taj. Shout out to my boy Taj, who was he was an all-state runner back in my day, and his kid is right there with him. So I'm pretty sure that at any state, like not tryout, but you know, like any kind of state meet for track and field that includes running, I'm pretty sure Shad and my boy Taj actually end up in the same spot. And my boy Taj, I mean, I've known him since 9th grade. I've known him, you know, and your boy's old, you know, don't forget. 49 years old. So if I've known somebody since 9th grade, man, I mean, we're talking, I know my boy for a while. So there was a lot of love up there. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. What else? What else could we talk about? The other thing was I just need y'all to tune in next Tuesday when Black and I are back on the show. You know what I mean? That's going to be super important. I see y'all hit that heart for me. I see I got one heart. Let me get another heart. Let me get another heart. I got a bunch of people watching. I appreciate y'all. You know, there's some music out there. I was telling y'all, Grill's got some music out there. Naisha Chanel got some music out there. Who else? Oh, Farkas. Farkas got some music out there. Again, I know I played him a few weeks ago when I was solo, and his music was getting well received. So shout out to him. So shout out to Farkas, Grills, Naisha. Y'all let me know, who am I missing that's got some really new music on the way right now. I think D Weathers might have something coming. Like, things are percolating, things are popping. I see the podcasts around the way are doing their thing and ramping up and putting on, you know, small events and doing interviews for factions and stuff. So shout out to everybody doing their thing. Just remember who daddy is. You heard? I'm still waiting for the invite on a few different shows. I think there's a little trepidation there. I'm just gonna be real with y'all and transparent. I just think they're not ready. Like, they think they're not ready. I think they're ready. I think let's go time. But I think they think they're not ready because, you know, they got to sit down with a real pro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, nobody wants to get outshined on their own lens. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But don't be like that. You know what I'm saying? We can all build together. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm not here to bring nobody down. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that way. I hope y'all understand that. And yeah, I mentioned Farkas Grills. I mentioned that for sure. I'll put that on the screen. Hold on. You know, I've never been one to want to tear anything down. If anything, I've been uplifting people. I've been turning the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? When shown a little disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really torn anybody down. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of room for that. Just being clear, just being real. The fact that I have not torn any of you down and told you about yourselves on my waves is because I don't want to, you know, and I don't see the I don't see the benefit in that. So with that said, I'm just gonna say, keep doing your thing. Make sure you reach out to your boy here at Finally TV. Get me on your platforms. Let's talk about it. Let's spread the word and the love. You know what I'm saying? You know, we about to turn over, man. Like we go into January. Soon as January hit, you know, that's 9 years, right? 9? No, it's a lot of years, man. It's a lot of years of Finally TV. We've been around since 18. So, you know, 18 to 26, that's an 8 solid, working on 9. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And I'm happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do some cool things in the future, man. You know, I think there's gonna be some good changes with Finally TV that are gonna come along, and I think y'all are gonna really enjoy it, man. And I'm gonna start really connecting the dots. You know what I'm saying? I'm really gonna start connecting these dots, man. And I think y'all should stick around and make sure your intentions are in the right place, because I think we going places here. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all that have supported this show and supported Voice of the Valley and Finally TV and just me in general. I want y'all to be able to say I was there from the beginning, I believed in it, and we here. Because like I'll say this on the air and have it be here to be recorded. You know, it's I'm never going to take it down, so it'll be here as long as these platforms are around. Yo, the day ones for Finally TV, when this thing goes, I got something for y'all. That's a fact. I got something for y'all. It will not go unappreciated, all the support and love that I was shown early in the whole thing with this thing. And to me, as much work as we put in here, I feel like it's still early. You know what I'm saying? But we've made some strides. I've learned a lot. I think definitely have stepped up the ability to talk on this microphone in front of a camera and hold y'all attention and and speak to the people in a way that's digestible, the way that you want to be spoken to, giving you perspective that maybe you didn't think about, or maybe it's a perspective that you wholeheartedly agree with and been saying, and you're so goddamn happy that somebody's saying it too. I feel you. I'm here with you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, but I got something for y'all. The day ones of Finally TV, when this thing goes and it finally culminates into what we all know it should be, there's going to be certain privileges that the day ones are going to have with the platform. And I think y'all should want that to come to fruition. For real, for real. You know, like I ain't even playing. Like, how cool would it be? Think about how cool it would be if you knew somebody at say the Joe Rogan show or like the Joe Budden show. You know what I'm saying? Or you knew Camden Mace. Like, how cool would it be if you knew them and you could get product placements? You know what I'm saying? You could get guests on. You could call in and get live on the air easier than anybody else can, more regularly than anybody else can, right? Like those things. Like, think about it like that. So when Finally TV is that, think about having that type of access, because y'all stuck around, and I appreciate y'all. I really do. Hit the like, hit the share for me. Let people know we had a great conversation tonight. Absent of my man King Blackout, but he will be back next week, Lord willing. And we will go from there. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer, man. I want y'all to go enjoy that Clips album. Don't worry about what Justin Bieber be saying. He's just trying to sell some records, and he's salty that his shit came out on the day of the Clips, and they all slept. They all thought that rollout was about a bunch of bullshit, and it was going to do the same nonsense that a lot of albums do when they come out, which is whether or not they come out on fire for the first couple of days, it seems to lose steam because there's no content. There's no real substance behind the music. Well, I think that the Clips have presented something with substance and depth that will allow it to resonate beyond the initial impact of the Pharrell production. There's a lot there to that album. So it has not waned in progress and in its flight to the wherever it's going to end up. Who knows where it's going to go? Like I say, I'm not sitting here telling you it's the best album of the whole fucking, but it is a contender for album of the year, hip hop. I'll give 1,000%. I think Pharrell really stepped up his production, and really, if he didn't step up, I won't even say step up, but he really put some thought into this and keyed it in on what they wanted. And it really, really, really shows. Most people are haters. That's a fact, Vanessa. That's a fact. But we ain't haters over here. I have no need to be a hater. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. I look good. You know what I'm saying? I'm healthy. I got a beautiful wife. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just doing what I got to do to get through and just doing my part in my, my household. That's what makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? So like when I have that, I'm not really salty about nothing. You know what I mean? I got my health, I got my wealth, which is my love and my home. You know what I'm saying? And those two canines right there. First of all, they're the cutest things on the planet. All right. I know your dogs are the cutest too, but mine are the cutest too. Okay. My two dogs will kill you. Go ahead and mess with me. And them two dogs right there is going to have a great dinner that night. I'm telling you right now. And you know what? That makes me happy. That makes me happy. So I wish you would come over here so I could let these two dogs go. You know what I'm saying? But we don't need to do that. But it does make me happy knowing that that's what would happen. Hey, do you do YouTube as well? I do YouTube, my friend. I do. And shout out to Tapping In. This is actually airing on YouTube and Facebook right now, Finally TV. So you can look that up. Make sure you subscribe to that. Follow on here as well. But on YouTube, where the meat of the channel is, my channel was created on YouTube. The Facebook channel is a subsidiary where it was just helping me like get the word out about my videos. And then when later on, when Black approached me about doing like a podcast, that's when I thought it'd be a good idea to engage the audience that I had on Facebook as well as YouTube, because we both had better and bigger followings on Facebook than we did on YouTube. So when the podcast came out, we started just simulcasting it on both. So the real home of Finally TV is YouTube, and the flagship show of Finally TV is Voice of the Valley. And then this show is the one that, this show has surpassed the episode count of Voice of the Valley, because Voice of the Valley is a little different. It's not a weekly show. It's an interview platform. And over 120 now, 115, something like that, interviews. And that's Voice of the Valley. So make sure you go and check that out. If you're looking for artists to get interviewed and all that, that's what we do, Voice of the Valley. You know what I'm saying? By the way, what kind of podcast you make? Is this the first stream on Twitch? No, and I'm glad you're watching on Twitch, my friend, because I always stream it to Twitch because I had created Finally TV on Twitch. I did not know what I was doing with it, but I just had it, and I didn't want like somebody else to create the username, so I just snatched it up while I could. So I got Finally TV, but I've just been posting to it, but I don't put a lot of energy into it. So the fact that you're watching on there, cuz, that makes me super happy. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you for doing that. But yeah, definitely check me out on YouTube. Definitely check me out on Facebook. But yeah, man, we do interviews on Voice of the Valley. That's all I was doing early on. And then King Blackout and I, we do this show. And this is something that we've brought to the people for 7 seasons. So yeah, man. Yeah. Now I appreciate you, cuz. I do. I appreciate you. What else? That's really it. I love y'all. I think y'all are great. Go enjoy the rest of your evening. Try to stay cool out there. You know what I'm saying? And stay tuned for more content from Finally TV and Instagrams and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, y'all be good. Y'all be well. And I appreciate y'all tapping in. Peace.